Yo, what's going on, you unbelievable people? It's in an ambush, bringing you another video. This time it's gonna be a gun game, which I actually have not played too much, but whenever I have, I win. Just kidding. But the main thing I want to talk about today is Activision CEO Hirshburg actually said at the E3 conference to IGN that he was talking about the possibility of Call of Duty returning to the World War II era. Now, the last Call of Duty that actually was set in the past was Black Ops 1, and this is all the way back in 2010, so we've actually come about 5 years, you know, with COD games kind of either set in the present or future, most of them being set in the future. And it was kind of nice for a time, you know, because all these older Call of Duty games were set in the past, so it's kind of, these last 5 years was kind of meant to be like a breath of fresh air. But I think a lot of people got really tired with this futuristic stuff once Advanced Warfare came out, because at first it was really exciting, like, oh yeah, this is pretty tight, but now the exos and everything are getting a little bit too tiring, too annoying at times. But I certainly would like to go back to, maybe not past Call of Duty, like, I don't want to go back to a World War II era, because I don't want to play Call of Duty that's way too in the past, but I don't want to play Call of Duty that's so in the future as well. Something like Black Ops 2, even Ghosts, you know, pretty fun. Speaking of classic Call of Duty, like, if, you know, you're enjoying yourself and you go back to Ghosts and you're having a blast with your friends, so yeah, I've been having a blast on Ghosts, actually, to be honest. I've been dropping 70s and stuff, and I haven't played that game in a year, so it's been really fun. But anyway, I think this is really interesting that we're going back to these classic Call of Duties, because I would like go back to the days of Call of Duty where successful teams were based on gun skill and strategy. The team with the better gun skill and strategy would win the game. And in Advanced Warfare, you see some results sometimes where amateur teams, you know, defeat these high caliber pro teams just because of some error due to movement and stuff like that. And I'm not hating on the movement, you know, a lot of talented players have come into the pro scene because of, you know, their just incredible ability to utilize the movement system, you know, effectively. Players such as Hugh, Kazuma, Attach, I mean, all high caliber players now, because, you know, they got recognized because their movement is on a pretty much another level. So definitely not hating on the movement, but, you know, I think those days were much more competitive. I think the boots on ground competitive Call of Duties were much more, well, competitive. You know, there's no boosting across the map. There's, you know, it just comes down to gun skill. You know, the gunfights are just so much more interesting, and I just miss those days of like Black Ops 2, because, you know, those games actually, you know, took some strategy. You know, like for hardpoint, for example, you know, in Black Ops 2 you actually had to rotate, you know, 20 seconds earlier. A lot of times in AW you see teams, you know, still clinging on to the last 10 seconds of the garbage time because they know they can boost across the map and, you know, pretty much try to outgun the opponents and see where it goes. But they actually had a Black Ops 2 throwback tournament like a few weeks ago, and I remember watching Clayster's stream, and he was kind of telling his team, you know, yo, this is not Advanced Warfare, we gotta rotate early and that sort of stuff. CTF, also another great game mode in Black Ops 2. You know, lots of close games in CTF, but in Advanced Warfare it's just ruined because of the exo ability. You know, it just doesn't work with the exo ability. A lot of these, you know, old elements of Call of Duty that make it Call of Duty are being kind of ruined by these exo abilities, and so I'm kind of happy that Eric actually said that we're going to maybe seeing some classic Call of Duty return. And I mean, we don't know what Infinity Ward's game is going to be after Black Ops 3, but hopefully it goes back toward just boots on ground. I know Black Ops 3, I've actually heard that the movement is not that bad. In terms of the movement doesn't help you gun skill, but I would just like to go back to the classic Call of Duty. No thrusting, no exo boosting, just boots on ground Call of Duty, like Black Ops 2, even like Ghosts, something like that, which, you know, no movement interference in the strategy of the game, just But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to Call of Duty might be returning back to classic. Probably will be because of all the complaints against the EXO abilities. But that's pretty much my thoughts. I'm kind of excited to go back to these old classic boots on ground. But I mean, that's pretty much it. So sitting in ambush, signing out. Peace.